Very good morning, children. Today we are here to discuss Unit 7 Coal and Petroleum of 8th class. Within this particular chapter, we are discussing a topic name called as Exhaustable Natural Resources. What are exhaustible natural resources? Coal, petroleum, natural gas, these three are exhaustible natural resources. More than this are also existing, but we are discussing about these three materials. Among that, in previous class we have discussed about coal. Today we are going to discuss about another substance. That substance is nothing but what? Petroleum. This petroleum consisting of two different products called as petrol as well as diesel. So many number of products can be that exist. Within that petrol is used to run light vehicles like motorbikes, scooters, cars, etc. so on. Simultaneously, diesel is used to run heavy motors, vehicles like tractors, lorries, heavy loaded vehicles, as well as generators in industry's purpose. These petrol as well as diesel can be obtained from one particular substance, that is nothing but what? Petroleum. From petroleum they can be obtained. This petroleum, a word, is a Greek word which is derived from two different words. They are called as Petra as well as Olam. What does it mean? Petra means what? It means rock. Olam means what? Oil. What does it mean? Rock, oil. In between rocks, they used to be exist in the form of oil. Fossil oil, they will be existing. That rock is nothing but what? Impurous rock. This impurous rock does not allow air, oil, gas, water to get flow. Due to that reason, what they are doing is what they are drilling into that particular impurous rock there to extract gas, natural gas, as well as a product called as petroleum. It is a mine in between rocks under earth crust layer. Therefore, this particular diagram just I kept it up. This is a crust layer I have taken there. These two are drillers. In crust layers, in between impurous rock, oil layers as well as gas layers, oil layers, water layers, reservoir rock layer is existing there. Among us to extract gas, what they are drilling it up itself from this particular wells, we can extract gas called as natural gas can be extracted. From this particular driller we can extract what? Oil. What is that oil called as? Petroleum can be extracted. In this particular way, by using drillers to wells, we can extract gases as well as oils. That is extraction of petroleum, we can call it up. And how this particular petroleum product substances will form at the crust layer in between amphibious rocks within the ocean area or anywhere else on surface of the earth crust. This petroleum is formed from where? Living organisms which are living in the sea. In the sea, living organisms will be existing there. That living organisms, when they died, what happened there? They all deposited and get settled at the bottom of the ocean layer. As they are settled at the bottom of the ocean layer, the dead bodies, they all covered with what? Sand as well as the clay, and it forms in the form of a rock, that rock is called as asphalt rock, salt rock, or etc. So on, it will be get formed. So there are over million years in absence of air, these things are itself. In absence of air, at high pressure and high temperature, if this particular dead bodies of living organisms are deposited at the bottom of this particular ocean, at high pressure and high temperature and absence of air, they all will the dead organism, the living organism, the dead organisms will convert into a fossil fuel. That fossil is nothing but what? Consisting of petroleum as well as natural gas. This petroleum, from this particular petroleum, we can extract all different types of products. In refining of petroleum, there we will discuss by means of fractional distillation process how many number of products can be taken out. First, when it comes to in the world, if you take it up first, well drilled was in what? Penicillin in USA. Penicillin in USA in the year 1859. Exactly after 6 years later, in India in the year 1867, oil was struck out in India in certain places called as Malkam in Assam, Gujarat, Mumbai, as well as high river basin of Godavari as well as Krishna. Within that eras, they have extracted petroleum product as well as natural gas. This is totally about what? The petroleum product, how the formation of petroleum and extracting of that petroleum product, how we can do it. In next class, we'll go. Now, extraction of this particular petroleum, the petroleum, what else you are extracted from the crust layer as well as a deeper layer of ocean layer. Get purified or refined. That particular phenomenon now we are going to study, that is what? Refining of petroleum. We know clearly that petroleum is a dark oily liquid which is having unpleasant odor. Unpleasant odor, it is existing there. It's that petroleum product. Now what are we? It is a mixture of various constituents in which so many number of fractional substances will be existing, constituents will be existing, such as petrol, diesel, gas, lubricant oil, paraffin wax. Not only that one, petroleum also we can take it up there. These all products will be, these all substances, constituents will exist in this particular petroleum. Therefore, it is called as a mixture of innumerable constituents. We can call it up. The process of these all constituents can be get separated or segregated by one particular process. That process is called as refining, or in the form of fractions we are dividing all the constituents. Therefore, we can also call this process as fractional distillation process. We can call it. What are the various constituents can be obtained from fractional distillation? Examples there itself. In the form of activity, it is given in our textbook. Try to analyze this particular activity now. First one is what? LPG, various constituents. First one is what? LPG, liquid petroleum gas. This liquid petroleum gas, for what purpose it is useful? For household fuel it will be get useful, as well as industrial purposes also it will be get useful. For both purposes, household purposes in the form of fuel as well as industries in the form of fuel, it can be get useful. Second one is what? Petrol. For what purpose petrol will be get useful? To run light vehicles like scooters, cars, motorbikes, etc. So on. Not only that one, for navigation purpose, to run planes also this particular petrol will be get useful. Not only that one, in the form of solvents. In the form of solvent, this particular petrol can be get useful. In dry cleaning purpose also, this petroleum can be get useful. That is various uses of petrol we can give it up. Next one is what? Diesel. For what purpose this diesel is useful? To run heavy motor vehicles, to run industries, to run electric generators, this particular diesel will be get useful there itself. That is third one. Fourth one is what? Kerosene. For what purpose this particular kerosene will be get useful? For stoves. In olden days, by pouring kerosene, we used to light the particular stove and we used to cook food. Stoves, lighting lamps, jet baths, etc. So on. This particular kerosene can be get useful. Next one is what? Lubricant oil. This lubricant oil is useful for various lubricants to run engines smoothly. In vehicles also, we are pouring this particular lubricant oil. To run lubrication is what? To run everything smooth. As cycle is not running properly, we will oil it up. So that what happens? The cycle can be get frictionless, it can be moved up. Best example is lubricant. Paraffin wax. This paraffin wax is useful for preparation of ointments as well as candles, Vaseline, etc. Not only that one more material is there, that is what? Bitumen material instead of coal tar. There we have discussed about bitumen material. For what purposes it will be get useful there? It is used for metaling the roads. These all are some examples, some constituents which can be get segregated from the fractional distillation process or separated from refining process. How this particular refining process can be get existing in the form of a huge container will be get existing there. From one side, the temperature will be applied. As the temperature applied within this particular one, what happens there? Petroleum product will be get existing. As the temperature gradually increases, what happens? Various products can be get segregated. At temperature of 40 degrees centigrade, we can segregate certain substances called as fuel gas, LPG, fertilizer, synthetic rubber can be get segregated below temperature of 40 degrees from petroleum product, crude oil. At the temperature of 70 degrees centigrade, we can get what? Chemicals, many chemicals such as soup polish as well as cleaning agents. We are using Lysol as a cleaning agent there, yes or not? This is also product of petroleum. They are making chemicals from the shoe polish as well as cleaning agents at a temperature of 70 degrees centigrade. We can see it. At the temperature of 100 degrees centigrade, at that temperature, we can produce what? Petrol, dry cleaning, heating, torch can also get produced from that particular petroleum product. At a temperature of 170 degrees centigrade, kerosene oil, naked stove oil as well as lantern oil can be get produced, which can be used for various purposes there. At the temperature of 270 degrees centigrade, diesel oil as well as diesel can be get segregated so that to run heavy motors, tractors, heavy load lorries, industries, that oil can be get useful. Next one is what? At temperature of 400 degrees centigrade, lubricant oil can be get produced for various purposes to run all the engines smoothly. This particular lubricant oil can be get applicable. At the temperature of 600 degrees centigrade, fuel oil, industrial boiler oil also will be get produced. That oil is useful for various appliances. And again, at heavier than the temperature of the 600, 700 to 800 degrees centigrade temperature, if you do it up, residues of asphalts as well as paraffin wax, bitumen, paints, etc. so on will be get reduced. It will be taken away as residue. These all are nothing but what? Products which can be get segregated by fractional distillation process. By this our topic called as petroleum is completed, children. Try to analyze this particular concept thoroughly and try to gain good marks. Thank you.